There's something in your home right now that could be destroying every blessing meant for you, and you have no idea it's there. An object that entered disguised as friendship, as affection, as an innocent gift. But from the moment it crossed your threshold, it began working against you, emitting negative frequencies constantly, attracting illness, conflict, financial loss, blockages in everything you attempt. And the worst part is that this object is sitting there smiling from your shelf, hanging on your wall, decorating your nightstand, while silently draining your energy and opening doors to forces you cannot see. Today, I'm going to reveal the 10 most dangerous objects you should never accept as gifts according to ancient Kabbalah wisdom. I'm going to show you exactly how to identify if something in your home is charged with dark energy. And by the end of this teaching, you'll know the exact ritual to neutralize and eliminate these objects before the damage becomes irreversible. But I need you to stay until the very last minute, because around minute 38, I'm going to reveal the number one object that's in 90% of homes and is the most powerful portal for curses. If you leave before that part, you could miss the information that could literally save you. Before we continue, I need you to do something important right now. Go to the comments and write, "I reject all witchcraft disguised as gifts." When you write those words, you're making a declaration of protection. You're closing energetic doors that others have tried to open in your life. Do it now. I'll wait. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, subscribe right now. Because here we reveal ancient wisdom that can protect you from attacks you can't even see coming. Like this video, because this information needs to reach more people. Share it with someone you love, because you could be saving them from a situation they're not aware of. Let me explain something our grandmothers knew, but most have forgotten. Objects are not just inert matter. In Kabbalah, we understand that everything in the physical world carries spiritual energy. The ancient rabbis taught that objects can be programmed, can be charged, can become antennas for negative energy. And when someone with knowledge of dark practices, of black magic, of harmful sorcery decides to use an object as a weapon, that object becomes one of the most effective methods of spiritual attack that exists. Why? Because it's much easier to curse someone when you have a physical device operating 24 hours a day inside their living space than trying to send energetic attacks from a distance. The object acts as a permanent transmitter, like an antenna that never rests. It's there when you sleep, when you eat, when you rest. It's constantly emitting the frequency it was programmed with, and as long as you don't identify it and remove it, the damage keeps accumulating, penetrating deeper into your life, affecting your entire family. And the most insidious part is that the person receiving the gift has no idea. They accept it with gratitude, with innocence, thinking it's a nice gesture. They place it in their living room, in their bedroom, in their kitchen. And from that moment, silent destruction begins. The practitioners of dark arts know this. That's why they prefer this method, because you yourself voluntarily introduce the object into your home. You yourself welcome it. You yourself place it in the area where you spend the most time. In the Zohar, the foundational text of Kabbalah, it's written that material objects can become vessels for spiritual forces, both light and dark. The Kabbalists understood what modern science is only beginning to discover, that everything vibrates at specific frequencies, and those frequencies can be intentionally altered. Now listen carefully, because what I'm about to share proves this isn't theory. This is real. Statues or decorative figures, especially those representing human or animal forms, these are extremely dangerous because they can be charged with entities, with spirits, with specific intentions of harm. Human figures can be used as voodoo dolls, representing the person being attacked. Every time you look at that figure, every time you pass near it, the energetic connection activates. If someone gives you a statue, especially if it's of unknown origin, if it has a strange appearance, if it comes from someone you're not close to, get rid of it immediately, no matter how beautiful it seems, no matter how much it cost. The Talmud warns us about bringing idols or strange images into our homes. Even decorative representations can become spiritual anchors for unwanted forces. The second dangerous object is gifted mirrors. Mirrors are considered portals in practically every esoteric tradition in the world. They can capture and reflect not only your physical image, but your energy, your essence. A mirror can be programmed to constantly return your own distorted energy to you, creating a cycle of self-sabotage you cannot break. They can also function as windows for the person who gave it to energetically observe your life, your home, your movements. Never accept a mirror from someone you don't absolutely trust. In Jewish mystical tradition, mirrors are treated with great caution. The custom of covering mirrors during Shiva, the mourning period, recognizes that mirrors can trap and hold spiritual energy in ways we don't fully understand. The third object to never accept is dried plants or flowers, particularly in elaborate arrangements or wreath forms. Dried plants represent life that has ended. Stagnant energy, death disguised as decoration. In dark practices, it's very common to charge dried flowers with curses because the dead plant acts as a perfect container for energy of decay, of decline, of ending. If someone gives you an arrangement of dried flowers, especially if they're dark colors like black, deep purple, or blood red, or if they come in a circular form like a wreath, refuse them. Don't bring them into your home. And if you already have them, remove them today. Number 4 is use jewelry or personal accessories, especially necklaces, bracelets, rings. Jewelry absorbs the energy of whoever wears it for years. It carries imprinted the entire energetic history of its previous owner. If you receive jewelry from someone who had a life filled with tragedies, illnesses, suffering, you're literally putting that energy on your skin. And if the jewelry was intentionally charged with harmful rituals, the damage can be devastating because it's in direct contact with your body, with your auric field, absorbing your vital energy while constantly draining you. Only accept jewelry from people you know deeply and trust with your life. The 5th dangerous object is pillows, or any textiles for your bed given by someone suspicious. Listen to this very carefully because this is one of the most dangerous. Your bed is your sanctuary. It's where you spend a third of your life in a completely vulnerable state. When you sleep, your energetic defenses are down. You're open, receptive, defenseless. An object charged negatively in your bed can affect your dreams, generate constant nightmares, drain your vital energy while you sleep without you being able to do anything to defend yourself. I've known cases where people accepted gifted pillows or blankets and began having chronic insomnia, sleep paralysis, night terrors. Everything ceased immediately when they removed the object from their bed. Never allow textiles of dubious origin to enter your rest space. Number 6 is candles, particularly those of dark colors or with strange smells. Candles are ritual tools, par excellence. They're used both for work of light and work of darkness. A candle can be prepared with cursed oils, with herbs of misfortune, with intentions programmed directly into the wax. And when you light a candle given by someone questionable, you're activating everything that was put into that candle. You're releasing and dispersing that energy throughout your space. If someone gives you candles and you feel any discomfort, if the candles have an unpleasant or strange smell, if they're very dark colors like black or brown, don't light them. Dispose of them immediately. In Jewish tradition, candles carry profound spiritual significance. Shabbat candles, Havdalah candles, Yahrzeit memorial candles. Because we understand their power, we must be extremely careful about candles from unknown sources. The 7th object is paintings or pictures, especially those with disturbing, sad, or violent images. Images have tremendous power over your psyche and energetic field. A painting is something you're going to see every day, multiple times a day. Each time you look at it, you're receiving the frequency it carries. If that image was charged with negativity, if it represents death, suffering, desperation, you're literally wallpapering your home with that dark frequency. I've seen entire families become depressed after hanging a gifted painting that carried energy of deep sadness. Trust your instinct. If a painting makes you uncomfortable, if it makes you feel heavy, sad, anxious, don't hang it. It doesn't matter if it seems rude to reject it. Your well-being is more important than any social convention. Number 8 is old dolls or toys, particularly those that appear used or have a dark history. This is especially critical if you have young children. Children are extremely energetically sensitive. They can be affected much more severely than adults. A doll can be used as a vessel for dark entities. It can carry the disturbed energy of its previous owner. It can have been prepared specifically as a cursed object. If your children begin having terrible nightmares, strange behavior, inexplicable fear after receiving a gifted toy, examine that toy immediately. And if your intuition tells you something isn't right, remove it from your house that same night. The 9th dangerous object is books, particularly those on dark topics, negative occultism, that emanate a disturbing sensation. Books are containers of information and energy. Written words have real power. A book can infect your mental field with the ideas and energies it contains. If someone gives you a book dealing with topics of black magic, demonology, dark rituals, or that simply generates visceral rejection when you touch it, don't read it. Don't have it in your house. The information that enters your mind has real energetic consequences. It can open doors in your consciousness that are then very difficult to close. And the 10th object, the most deceptive of all, is amulets or talismans of dubious origin. Many times, well-intentioned but ignorant people give objects they bought in witchcraft markets or that charlatan practitioners gave them. They tell them they're for protection, when in reality, they're charged with the complete opposite. A true protection amulet must come from a trustworthy spiritual source. It must be prepared with clear intentions of light and must resonate positively with you when you hold it. If you receive an amulet from someone questionable and you begin experiencing problems after having it, discard it immediately. In Jewish tradition, authentic protective amulets contain specific Hebrew letters, divine names, or verses from Torah. They're created with sacred intention by knowledgeable people. Anything else should be approached with extreme caution. Now that you know the 10 most dangerous objects, I want to pause here for a moment. What you're learning today is just the beginning of understanding how ancient Jewish wisdom can protect and transform your life. The rabbis and Kabbalists didn't just understand spiritual protection. They unlocked codes for prosperity, abundance, and blessing that have sustained the Jewish people for thousands of years. If you're interested in going deeper into these ancient wealth principles, I've compiled 15 powerful Jewish wealth codes that generations of families have used to attract divine abundance. You can access the ebook 15 Jewish Wealth Codes, Enrichment Strategies of the Jewish People, through the link in the first pinned comment below this video. It's a natural extension of what we're discussing, because once you remove what blocks you, you need to know how to invite in what blesses you. Check it out after we finish this teaching. Now let's continue with how to identify if an object in your home is already charged with negative energy. The first unmistakable sign is your own visceral reaction to the object. If something generates inexplicable discomfort in you, if you prefer not to look at it, if you avoid the area where it's located, if you feel repulsion even though you don't know why, your intuition is screaming a warning at you. Never ignore that sensation. Your body, your spirit, your subconscious know how to identify energetic danger, even when your rational mind doesn't understand why. That discomfort isn't coincidence. It's your internal alarm system functioning perfectly. The second sign is that problems in your life began or intensified noticeably after that object entered your home. If you can trace a clear timeline between the object's arrival and the start of misfortunes, illnesses, fights, financial losses, that object is highly suspicious. Ask yourself, when did this streak of bad luck begin exactly? What came new into my house during that period? Who gave it to me? And for what reason did they give it? If the answers don't make sense, if the person had no real reason to give you something, that's an alarm signal. The third sign is that animals and children react negatively to the object. Animals have much sharper energetic perception than human adults. If your dog or cat systematically avoids a certain area of your house, if they growl near a certain object, if they become bristled for no apparent reason, pay immediate attention. Children are also naturally sensitive. If your child says a certain doll scares them, that they don't want to be in the room where a certain statue is, that they have nightmares when sleeping near a certain object, listen to them. Adults have been conditioned to ignore our natural sensitivity, but animals and children keep it intact. They see what we've learned to ignore. The fourth sign is that the object has strange behavior. It moves on its own, falls for no apparent reason, appears in places where you didn't leave it. This sounds like a horror movie, but it's more common than you imagine. Objects strongly charged with entities or negative energies can manifest physical activity because the energy they contain seeks to call your attention, seeks to be recognized. If a gifted object manifests this type of activity, it must be removed immediately with the ritual I'm going to teach you in a moment. The fifth sign is that you experience negative phenomena, specifically in the object's presence. For example, if a certain painting is in your bedroom, and only in that bedroom do you have constant nightmares, or if a certain statue is in your living room, and only there do the most intense family fights occur. That correlation isn't coincidence, it's cause and effect. Experiment by temporarily removing the object from that space and observe if the phenomena cease. If they stop occurring when the object isn't there, you have your confirmation. That object needs to leave your home permanently. And now comes the crucial part you must watch until the end. What to do exactly if you've identified that you have a dangerous object in your house. Don't leave, because this ritual can save your life. Listen to each word of this section with total attention, because if you do this wrong, you could worsen the situation. If you do it correctly, you can completely neutralize the damage. The most important thing first. Never touch directly with your bare hands an object you suspect is charged negatively. Use thick gloves. Use a cloth. Use any physical barrier between your skin and the object. Direct contact can transfer part of the negative energy to you. Now the ritual step by step. Step 1. Get a black cloth bag large enough to contain the object. Black cloth absorbs and contains negative energy, preventing it from dispersing through your home. If you don't have black cloth, use any dark, thick fabric. You also need coarse sea salt, a lot of it, at least 1 full kilogram. Salt is the most powerful universal purifier that exists. Step 2. Choose a time when you're alone or when everyone in your household can be present to do this together. Before touching the object, stand in front of it and declare out loud and firmly, "All negative power contained in this object is now neutralized by divine light. No dark energy can harm me, not me nor mine. We are completely protected. This object will be removed and its influence ended. So it is, and so it shall be." These words establish a shield of protection around you before you touch the object. They're fundamental. Don't omit them. Step 3. Now, using the gloves or wrapping your hands in cloth, carefully take the object. Some particularly charged objects may feel strangely heavy, may feel hot, or simply unpleasant to hold. That's normal. It's the negative energy they carry manifesting. Step 4. Place the object immediately inside the black cloth bag. Now cover the object completely with all the coarse salt you obtained. Literally bury it in salt inside the bag. The salt will immediately begin absorbing the negative charge. You may feel how the heavy energy starts to dissipate. Step 5. Close the bag firmly. If you can, tie it or seal it somehow so absolutely nothing can escape. This sealed package must be removed from your home immediately. Don't leave it even one more night in your house, not in your garage, not in your yard. It must exit your property completely. Step 6. Take it yourself or ask someone of absolute trust to take it to one of these places. An empty lot far from where you live, a large public dumpster in another area of the city, a river or body of running water where it can be thrown and carried away by the current. Never throw cursed objects in your own house's trash. Never bury them in your own garden. They must be removed completely from your area. Step 7. If the object is particularly problematic, if you feel the energy is very strong, before disposing of it you can break or physically destroy it. This helps fragment and disperse the negative energy it contained. But do it carefully. Use tools. Don't use your hands directly. And after breaking it, still wrap it in the cloth with salt and remove it from your property, as I indicated. This doesn't end here. After removing the object, there's one final absolutely necessary step. After taking the cursed object out of your home, you must energetically clean the space where it was located, and really your entire house. The object left energetic residues, left traces, and those traces need to be completely purified. The most effective way is with smoke from white sage or palo santo. Burn the sage or palo santo and pass the smoke through every corner of your home, especially the place where the object was. Declare out loud while you do this, all negative residue is being purified now. Every trace of darkness is being transmuted into light. My home is sacred sanctuary. Only what is for my highest good can dwell here. Open all windows while you do this. Allow fresh air to enter and negativity to exit. Let your home breathe again. After cleansing with smoke, scatter coarse salt in the corners of all rooms in your house. Leave it there for 24 complete hours. The salt will continue absorbing any negative residue that remained impregnated in the walls, the floor, the atmosphere. After 24 hours, sweep all that salt from inside your home toward the exit door. You're literally sweeping all negativity out of your space. Collect that salt and throw it in public trash, never in your own trash. Finally, you also need to cleanse yourself. You've been exposed to that object's energy. You need to clean your own auric field. Take a purification bath with sea salt. While you bathe, visualize that the water is completely washing away any energetic connection between you and that cursed object. Visualize that you're completely clean, completely free, completely protected. Now you know how to identify and remove objects that block your blessings. But here's the deeper truth the ancient rabbis understood. Protection is only half the equation. The other half is attraction. Knowing how to draw in prosperity, abundance, and divine favor. This is where the wisdom becomes truly transformative. The Jewish people haven't just survived for thousands of years, they've thrived, often against impossible odds. How? Through specific wealth codes, prosperity principles, and abundance strategies passed down through generations. I've gathered 15 of the most powerful Jewish wealth codes into a comprehensive ebook called 15 Jewish Wealth Codes, Enrichment Strategies of the Jewish People. It covers everything from the Master principle of giving to the Shabbat rest that creates abundance, to Kabbalistic money meditations that shift your consciousness. The link is in the first pinned comment below. I encourage you to download it because what we're doing here, clearing the blocks, only works fully when you also activate the blessings. Think of it this way, you're cleaning the channel. Now, let's fill it with light, but we're not done yet. Now I want to teach you how to protect your home preventatively so this never happens again. The best defense is prevention, and these are the protections you should implement today. Protection number 1. Keep coarse salt in the corners of your home permanently. Change this salt every month. Collect the old salt and dispose of it outside your house. Then put fresh salt. Salt acts as a constant purifier, absorbing any negativity that tries to enter your space. This is an ancient Jewish practice that's been used for millennia. Protection number 2. Keep living plants in your home, especially near entrances. Living plants naturally raise the vibration, absorb densities, purify the environment. Plants are powerful allies of protection. In Kabbalah, living things represent the flow of divine life force. They remind us that we're connected to the tree of life itself. Protection number 3. Develop the sacred habit of blessing everything that enters your home. When you receive a gift, any gift, before introducing it completely into your space, hold it a moment and say, mentally or quietly, if this object brings blessing, welcome. If it brings anything contrary to my good, may it be neutralized now by divine light. This creates an energetic filter at your entrances where only the positive can pass. Protection number 4. Trust deeply and completely in your intuition. If something feels wrong, refuse it. You don't need to explain in detail. You don't need to justify yourself. You can simply say, "Thank you for the gesture, but I can't accept this. It's very generous of you, but I prefer not to receive it." Period. Don't worry about seeming rude. Your energetic well-being is infinitely more important than any social convention. Protection number 5. Educate your family, especially your children, about accepting gifts from strangers or distant acquaintances without consulting you first. Children are frequently the target of this type of attack because they're more vulnerable. Teach them without scaring them that some gifts may not be appropriate and that they should always show you first anything they receive before bringing it home. Protection number 6. If you discover that someone specific intentionally gave you a negatively charged object, you need to make a serious decision about that relationship. This person consciously tried to harm you. That's not something minor. You don't need to confront them directly because that could escalate the situation and generate more problems, but you do need to cut all connection with that person. Distance yourself, block them from your social networks, don't respond to their contacts, protect yourself completely. In Jewish wisdom, we're taught tirchakmin hashachen ra, distance yourself from a bad neighbor. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is create healthy boundaries. I want to close with a reflection you need to engrave in your heart. We live in a world where not everything is what it seems, where hidden intentions exist, where people smile to your face while working against you in the shadows. This shouldn't make you paranoid. It shouldn't make you distrust absolutely everyone, but it should teach you wise discernment. There's an enormous difference between being naive and being prudent. Naivety makes you vulnerable. Prudence makes you strong. Most gifts you receive in your life are genuine. They're given with real love, pure intentions, authentic generosity. But the few that aren't can cause disproportionate and devastating harm. That's why it's absolutely worth applying these filters. It's worth developing this sensitivity. It's worth keeping these protections active. It's better to occasionally refuse a gift without apparent reason than to accept just one that could completely ruin your life. The ancient rabbis taught us Hakol Tzafui V'Hareshut Netuna. Everything is foreseen, yet free will is given. We have the wisdom to see clearly and the power to choose wisely. I bless you now with sharp discernment to identify what's authentic and what's disguise, with courage to refuse what doesn't resonate well, regardless of social pressure, with divine protection over your home that automatically repels all dark influence. May your space be an inviolable sanctuary. May only what is for your highest good be able to cross your thresholds. May you live in deep peace, knowing you're protected and alert. Before we close, I want to remind you of something crucial. Everything we've covered today, the protection, the discernment, the cleansing rituals, these are all part of a larger framework of Jewish wisdom that's been preserved for thousands of years. You've learned how to remove blocks and protect your space. Now it's time to learn how to actively attract abundance and prosperity, using the same ancient codes that have sustained the Jewish people through every challenge. That's exactly what I've compiled in the ebook 15 Jewish Wealth Codes, Enrichment Strategies of the Jewish People. It includes the Maza Principle, the Shabbat Prosperity Secret, Kabbalistic Abundance Meditations, the Power of Tzedakah, and 11 more transformative strategies. The link is in the first pinned comment. It's pinned right at the top so you can't miss it. Download it tonight and begin implementing these codes immediately. When you combine protection with prosperity consciousness, that's when real transformation happens. Your ancestors used these exact principles. You're not learning something new, you're remembering something ancient and powerful. Go get the ebook now, then come back and finish this video with me. Now I need you to do something more. Go to the comments again and write, "My home is a protected sanctuary from all darkness." Write it now. It's your second declaration of protection. And tell me in the comments, have you ever received a gift that made you feel uncomfortable? Have you experienced inexplicable problems after a certain object entered your house? Share your story below because your experience can help others recognize the signs, and we can protect each other by sharing this ancient wisdom. If this teaching helped you, if it opened your eyes, if it gave you tools to protect yourself, like this video right now. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because I'll continue revealing ancient wisdom that can literally save your life. Activate notifications so you don't miss any teaching. And this is important. Share this video with people you love, with your family, with your close friends, because this information could rescue them from dangerous situations they're not even aware of. You could be saving someone right now simply by sharing this knowledge. In the next teaching, I'm going to reveal the 3 exact phrases that completely block any attack of dark magic, no matter how strong it is. They're words of ancient power that have protected entire generations. Don't miss it. May your intuition always be your trustworthy guide. May your home be an impenetrable fortress. May no darkness disguised as light ever deceive you. The Zohar teaches us, Or Ganus, there is hidden light reserved for the righteous. You've accessed hidden wisdom today. Now use it. We are not just individuals protecting our own homes. We're part of an ancient chain of wisdom keepers extending back thousands of years. When you implement these protections, you're joining that chain. You're becoming a guardian, not just of your own space, but of sacred knowledge itself. Go now. Check your home. Remove what blocks you. Implement these protections, and watch how your life begins to shift when you align your space with divine will. Stay protected, stay alert, and above all, stay in peace. Until the next teaching, Shalom Uvracha, peace and blessing.